Yeah. It's how they do things. Here you go. Hi.
So are there areas where you all do not feel sufficiently prepared?
No,
Well,
because our own schools taught us it, not this program.
yeah. It,
Good kudos to Dan for our professor. Shame on the administration of this program. 100%.
well, it's
Kudos to
also
our professor. Shame on everyone else.
it's also changing so often teaching. I mean, the whole pandemic came along and then we had to change how we're teaching, especially CTEs, trying to do a live, video chat with working on a car. It's like I can't move the camera around. So everything changes so often that it's tough to keep up with the changes. And the whole, course curriculum, I mean, that might not be Brookdale, maybe the state. I don't know who comes up with that curriculum, but it used to be 200 hours. Now it's 400 hours. I think it needs to go back to the 200.
It needs to go to 100.
Well, it's true because it's like, I have people who, say, would you, recommend me do this? It's like teaching, yes, but going through this is, I don't know if I put certain
I
people.
think the 50 hours was enough. That's after you do the 50 hours, like everything else you learn on the job.
Yeah, you get prepared for it by doing it. And
Yeah.
I think there are aspects and some things in which they benefited a little bit, but I don't think it was worth 400 hours. I mean, my just from my own experience, like my film teacher from high school, he came from a program very similar to this, and I think it was either 100 or 200 hour program. He's one of the best teachers I ever had. And you could do it the same way. The 400 hours to me was always a little excessive.
And then to know you got the praxis at the end of it, that's just insult to injury.
Right.
I want to say something. I had some teachers that were going to teach, in the trades, and then they talked to me about this process, and it kind of turned them off of it. So they didn't follow up with going forward to that. So that was kind of a deterrent anyway, because it would have been good for them. So, because it was good for me. So I'm glad that I did this. So, like I said, it was drawn out, but I'm glad that I did this. So.
You all bring up a good point, because this is our last year evaluating this program. And that is what I'm hearing is that you all would not recommend this program to someone else interested in becoming a teacher from a CTE background.
Never.
No.
Never, ever, ever.
I don't think I could convince them if I wanted to.
Yeah, like I said, I tried and I told them step by step everything that went on, and they said, nah, I'm not going to do this. So.
No.
And I know a lot of schools looking for teachers.
Not when you need a master's degree to begin with to teach allied health. That's a joke. I'm getting my PhD in nursing education right now. I'm done with 1 year of school. Why am I taking the praxis? Why?
And to be quite honest,
I'm leaving this. Yeah. I'm going to teach college and I'm not coming back. So you guys.
And I think I'm in the same boat. Like if I couldn't pass the praxis, which I doubt I would, I couldn't even pass 10th grade math, for crying out loud. So you're going to make me take that 8-10 times until I pass it? Forget it. I'd rather work a hot dog cart.
I think it's interesting that there's a teacher shortage, yet we are creating more roadblocks for teachers rather than giving more benefits to the job, especially in a job that is supposed to be such an advocacy for what we're supposed to stand for and preparing the youth. And there's just more and more BS every single year, no matter who you hear it from. So I think that there needs to just be more understanding and more benefits to the job rather than continuously creating more roadblocks to get people in the classroom that are actually good at their jobs and that actually care about the job. Like the fact is, like, you try to become a teacher, at least I'm speaking from my perspective, but I became a teacher because I wanted to influence kids and help them learn and be educated in a different kind of class with us being all CTE. And there's just more and more BS that comes with that as the years go along. So it makes it hard to advocate for anybody to join this profession. And I have a lot of friends that are even studying education in college, and a lot of them are friends that are teachers that went to college for teaching, and now they're already leaving a few years in because it's a lot. It's been a lot. So.
And then not only that, after we have spent all this time, all the resources, because I don't get it coverage from my school, then in order to get the credits for this class, you have to do a buttload of other stuff for it. And it's like, if I'm already taking the class, I'm already doing the credits, everything that's required of it, why do I have to do something else on top of that in order to get it? It's like, okay, you're putting me through fire already and adding a whole bunch of caseload work on us. And then, oh yeah, well, if you want to receive all the credits for all the work you did, do a bigger project and then we'll give it to you.
Well, it's undergraduate credits. I don't need those.
Correct.
Wow. And so in you all's opinion, what are the greatest strengths of this program?
Our teacher herself.
The teacher.
Getting together with everybody here and learning that misery has company.
How often do you all leverage each other's, expertise to kind of help you all in your classroom?
Fairly often, I'd say.
I think it's been a good forum for us to bounce things off of each other and discuss the things that we've been going through over the course of the last couple of years.
I also find though that I do this within like the people that are in my school. So like Glenn and I are in the same school. So I feel like we talk amongst ourselves, even how to get ourselves through this class. And there's other teachers that are in different sections. And so like, I feel like I use a lot of them to help through that process.
I think it would have been better if we were all still in person, because I thought we got a lot out of that when we were all together. So, but from where I live I'm 101 miles from my house to Brookdale. So I was doing a 200-mile round trip every time that I had to go to class, but I didn't mind. I made a weekend out of it. So I'd stay up there and have a good time, but I liked interacting with the rest of the class and collaborating with them, and doing it like this is great, but it was better in person. So.
How is everyone else feeling about the transition of the Saturday cohorts becoming virtual?
I actually like it because, again, like the distance issue, I have a little kid, so it's not so easy for me to, I do this during the week, being away from her. So then I have to take a weekend. So I prefer a virtual class, especially because this content, like we've said before, it's repeated content. So, I don't really find it completely beneficial being in person. So virtual is great.
Yeah, saving on travel time is great.
Yes, I'll agree with the travel time. I like doing this way. So it has its advantages and disadvantages. So
with the price of gas, I have to agree.
True.
All right, I'm just texting Noreen because I think we'll probably be finished in about 5 minutes. I have one last question for you all. So what are potential areas for improvement for this program?
Get rid of 5 stages, lower the price, and redo the whole thing. Administrators haven't seen the content probably since 1985. Half the links don't work. I mean, and not for nothing. Alexis, you're very, very nice. I appreciate you being here. Where's the head of the program doing this? This is the exact problem. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like it's a waste of time, a waste of money. It's not unnecessary.
We're all adults. Like, we can speak.
Right.
Like, we have no problems. Obviously, we have no qualms talking, about our feelings. So we've voiced these concerns even to Danielle ourselves, so she knows how we feel about it. Like, we're not it's nothing against her. It's really nothing against the program. It is what it is.
I think all of us need a baseline as new teachers, definitely to get us kind of started and acclimated. But this has been a lot to take on with learning how to be a teacher and doing this at the same time. And then obviously